Lucifer is lonely.
Did you see what is #1 on YouTube trending as of last night? You have this new song called Billie Eilish, essentially about Lucifer. All good girls go to HE double hockey sticks. And as you can tell, it's very obvious it's about Lucifer, just simply looking at the picture there. And when you go and check out the video, it actually has a very common coded theme we've seen in many videos where they're essentially telling you what they want to do. In this case, she's sort of like in some sort of white room, and they tear off this, this white whatever, and show her back, right? And from there, they put in, if it will show it, I'm not going to play the video, I'm just going to show you frames. They put this black substance in her, all right? You see that? And we've seen that before. So they essentially put this in her, and all of a sudden she starts changing. So from what we've seen in a lot of other videos like this, is that there's some sort of life microorganism in this black substance. It's a very common theme in a lot of videos, covering a lot of different types of music genres, a lot of different kinds of, a lot of different things, even in Hollywood movies. And you'll see this black substance, right? And there's actually real stories of people that have had experiences with this, like this guy here. He was a unidentified object expert, as you can tell here, and he was going to basically release some information about this, and all of a sudden, next thing you know, he's no longer with us, and there's some black substance coming out of his mouth. And there's actually a number of stories like this, very strange. But getting back to this, she essentially changes into what it appears to be Lucifer. As you can see, she starts growing wings, which has to do with the whole concept of changing our DNA, which is, I think, essentially the mark. Okay, this is what they want to do. They also want to plug us in. You might have seen this latest technology from Elon Musk called Neuralink. He recently introduced this new technology where they're essentially going to connect your brain to the internet via a microchip. They are able to actually install this. They're just starting to do human trials soon here, where, and his whole theory is that we're going to have to be able to keep up with AI, or artificial intelligence. So in reality, though, he kind of gives this impression like as if artificial intelligence is sentient, and then it's going to somehow control the world, and we need to be able to keep up with it, so we need to be hooked up to AI ourselves, so we have an advantage, and we can take it on, right? This is kind of his weird theory. In reality, I think they're going to use AI to control people. I think they're going to use it through this microchip as a back door. They're going to be able to control people in their mind via these microchips. Not everybody. Those who have more power and more money, more prestige, they're going to get a different kind of chip, which makes it so they're sort of like godlike. They can do a lot of things. You know, they can download a new language really quickly. They can know instantly any information they want to know, all this kind of stuff, right? So I think it's a combination of these things. You know, you have this, like I said, they're trying to tell you what they're going to do. They're going to want to change your DNA. They want to make you into something fallen, which essentially is going to make you so you're no longer redeemable. Let's just put it that way. So this is kind of their plan. And you can see here, fallen from heaven. As you can see, what a shocker, right? And what does she come out of? This black substance again. And we've seen this in Madonna's videos. We've seen this everywhere. That's always what they use. And it actually is a real substance, I believe. I think it is something maybe they're doing experiment with. I don't know. I kind of think it's some sort of microorganism or nanotech type of substance. That's just kind of my theory. I don't know. It could be a nanotech type. I don't know. They're already doing things with DNA using gene drive and CRISPR technology. I've covered that on YouTube on video before. That they're actually, and there's actually, anybody can do this. This stuff is extremely powerful. And it's a technology a lot of people already have their hands on that probably shouldn't have their hands on it, because CRISPR gene editing is something to where they actually could modify one person, and then they could put, like, it could be an animal, it could be a person. Let's say they take one person, and a lot of people, a lot of different laboratories can do this. It's not like you need some super advanced technology in your laboratory to pull this off, okay? What they do is they put this gene drive with CRISPR technology into a certain person, for let's just say a human, and they release him into, you know, Earth, the public, and he reproduces as has children, right? Okay? Common thing that people do, right? And then after that, what ends up eventually happening, we've already done tests like this with fruit flies and other things, and it's worked, okay? They did a test where they modified the DNA and put this gene drive into a mosquito, and they put, or, I mean, it was not a mosquito, it was a fruit fly. They put it into a sample population, and over so many generations, the entire community of fruit flies becomes whatever they want. Like if they want them all to have red eyes, you just add this one fruit fly with this modification, all of them end up having red eyes. So they can also do this where you can only have male children. So they could introduce somebody with this gene drive in his DNA into the population. So many generations later, there's only male children. And this actually literally is a movie, by the way, a science fiction movie that came out called Children of Men, which this is literally what they could do already. They already have the technology to do this. Okay? So they have such technologies. Here's the movie I was talking about. Okay? And that actually is something that's scientifically possible now. It literally is. And that's why it's so concerning. Of course, you know, so going through this video, this could be, I don't know, I'm kind of curious if it's some sort of nano thing or if it's something alive. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure what's going on with that substance, but I've heard a number of stories about it, and I'm doing various experiments with it. So at any rate, you can see here this, I guess at one time was a human, was modified and now comes out as this, right? So this is kind of telling you what's going to happen in the future. And not necessarily like literally with wings or something, but the idea is that once you've modified the DNA like this, they're no longer human. And in that way, that's kind of the Lucifer strategy, is if they're not human, then they're not salvable, right? And this is what happened with Lucifer. Went and actually modified a lot of humans. They had hybrids, they were called giants, and populated the entire earth with them, was to get rid of all these modified offspring, okay? And as a result, then you have this here. So it says that as in the days of Noah, so shall it be in the final days, okay? And so we see here in the final days, they're going to be trying to do this as well. And this is the message that they're telling you in coded language. And of course, most people have literally no clue, and they just think it's this, oh, it's such a cool video. Oh, Lucifer isn't real. He's not real. You people get offended over nothing. I mean, this is basically their mindset. You know, they think it's like a cool video or something. No, they're actually literally laughing at you while you watch this, you know, with drool coming off your face while you're sipping on a soda. Your brain is like turned to mush because you don't get the fact that they're literally telling you what they're going to do to you, and they're looking at you like you're cattle, okay? That's what they look at you as. You're like cattle to them. You're nothing to them, but you don't get it. You're completely oblivious to it. So that is the joke that they're playing on you. Okay, that's the joke they're playing on you. And oh, okay, wow. That's the entire video, literally just her looking like Lucifer walking around with black stuff on her with wings and fire. Wow. I'm sure that took a lot of creative element there, didn't it? Who did you consult for that? Lucifer? I don't know. So I mean that's what that video was, and it literally has 13.5 million views because it was promoted as #1 on YouTube trending, and last night it was only at 6.6 million views because I was actually trying to make the video last night, and of course it has fully playable ads, non-skippable. Of course, even though if you look at the words, if I make a video saying the words in the lyrics, which I can actually go over the lyrics here a little bit, I'm not going to get those type of ads, that's for sure. That's for sure. Of course, to get whitelisted, right? It says here in the lyrics, my Lucifer is lonely, standing there and spending away time, can't commit to anything but this. Peter's on vacation, an open invitation, animals evidence, pearly gates look more like a picket fence once you get inside them. Got friends but can't invite them. Hills burn in California. Well, that's about right. Yeah, California. Look at what it's become. San Francisco, right? Los Angeles. Go look at those places. They've changed a little bit. My turn to ignore ya. Don't say I didn't warn ya. All the good girls go to this place here. Because even God herself has enemies. Of course, this is what she thinks about God. And once the water starts to rise and heaven's out of sight, she wants the devil on her team. So this is what's getting promoted as #1 on YouTube. Yeah, that's some real good bastion of something to listen to is YouTube, what they're trying to promote, you know? Because they don't want to promote anything good. They just want to promote this stuff. You know what I mean? Kind of wondering what some of you guys think. Let me know in the comment section below, and thanks for watching.